to actually consider as first picks.
And speaking of first picks, the first ban is Mordekaiser. He is once again removed. Of course, FlyQuest no longer undefeated on the champion, but still going to be removed from the options of champions available. Rise off the table, Malzahar the same. Even though FlyQuest did not do very well with the champion before, it looks like Immortals don't want to risk that option anyway.
Yeah, it's interesting. They're trying to just kind of cripple the bottom lane here, where they got a CS advantage in the first game by counter-picking on both, and forcing the Caitlyn into the Sivir matchup so that they could win it. And look at that Moon. Hey, I got a scorecard there.
It looks like a menu. It's like, oh, who do I want to feast on today?
It said Moon and High on it, so I'm just like, what's he got there?
Oh, I couldn't tell. That's interesting. We'll get another shot of it later. Trust me, it'll happen at some point.
Yeah, it's like one of those cards that coaches hold up to their mouth.
Yeah,
in
you can't lip read
football.
Them. LeBlanc blue side ban out from Immortals, but Walter clearly not wanting to play the champion as a first pick, although she is, with Varus off the table, easily the highest prized champion left in the pool of champions. Strange ban. I don't know if that informs his champion pool or what, but yeah, they don't want to play it.
Now Rengar, Graves, Shen, Camille, all on the table still. So the Shen ban is the one that they go for there. Rengar,
Graves, Camille. And Camille has not been a good champion for Balls. It's been good against him, but Immortals would rather play the Rengar side of the matchup. Now, we saw Rengar Lulu piloted very well by Team Dignitas. That could be a combo that is just too fearsome to let go. But they also might realize that Balls won't pick Camille anyway, so they can wait and just take what they believe to be the better of the two junglers. We saw Smithy rather preferred Graves, but Dardoch clearly prefers Rengar.
Yeah, Dardoch used to be that Rengar one trick we talked about. Also, Moon loves that champion as well. So you expect the Graves, maybe the Lulu here as well, so it's not paired up.
Yeah. I wonder. Because I really do think Lulu should be joining the champ pool right now for Immortals in the next round if they don't do something special about it. And with FlyQuest already mirroring the jungle picks, it wouldn't be hard for Immortals to keep mirroring the roles from then on. So, yep, there's the Lulu grab. I think that was mandatory to take away. And Immortals are kind of correct in guessing that they can wait on a Camille pick if they even want it. Not everyone believes she's the best top laner, but certainly has been a frequently picked and banned champion overall. But there have been champs like she goes unpicked. It's not unheard of.
And so now, possibly support and top lane.
Yeah, I think you match supports and you leave the rest of your time to debate the final pick. Because so many teams want to match roles. They don't like playing the horse trading, the pick and ban, and target banning each other. Just teams would rather match. And so they said, well, we're going to pick Karma. Okay. Take the 30 seconds to debate what's going in next. Okay, lock it in. Now take the next 30 seconds to still talk about we're getting into the top lane or the mid lane. And it's actually going to be Camille left up. It's going to be Rumble instead. They'd rather play that side of it. And the question is, does Balls feel good playing like Renekton into it, which can be a good matchup, or you go somewhere else entirely? Because you have a chance to take like a Cassiopeia and ban counterpicks, or take a Zed and ban counterpicks, things like this. Take the Jhin and ban counterpicks. There's, of course, plenty of options for FlyQuest to take one role and ban two away.
Yeah, I think you match, though.
Yeah, and they're going to match with Nautilus. So, going to be a tank top to match, which is really no surprise. Ball's best performances have been on tank tops, to be honest. Even if there are theoretical good matchups, then Nautilus is what I think he's been best on as a player, and it means we do have mirrored roles.
Yeah, after the Maokai fell out of the meta, which was his go-to top lane champion, the Nautilus was the second most played, just 2 games behind that. So Balls will be comfortable there, but the Rumble matchup will shut him in early. There is some kill potential if the Graves shows up. I like having the high CC laner, but we have seen Lemonation play some crazy stuff bot. Maokai the other day, not afraid to pull out the Blitzcrank or the Nautilus himself, so could be a flex around, could be Lulu going somewhere else, who knows. It's a crazy world for FlyQuest, but I feel like they're getting a little more normal after that first draft, trying not to do as many crazy things or curveballs.
Well, right, you heard what Lemonation talked about it, I think, which was that, actually I don't know if he said it publicly, so maybe I'll go back on it, but in general, like the benefit of meta picks is that you've seen the comps play out, right? Like, it's like, ooh, Lulu Rengar is good, and we see how, SKT plays Lulu Rengar. All right, makes sense, cool, we can do this. And if you're groundbreaking on like a Mordekaiser, it's like, I know they don't know the matchups, but do you actually know the matchups? Are you counterpicking yourself? Are you actually playing the mid game right? And that exploration can be very difficult. So I understand that sometimes it's not going to work out for you. I still appreciate teams that innovate like this. Either way, 2 marksman bot laners banned away by FlyQuest. Of course, mid laners well, I would say moderately pinched so far pool-wise, and a Zed ban adds to the things that High won't be able to play.
Yep, and they get another ban here as well. Most likely targeted at the mid lane. Orianna, Cassiopeia, there's also a decent amount of things on board too. Okay, so they make sure they can't take away that next top tier, but there's still Jhin available. There's still Ashe available.
Yeah. Which is interesting, because those are easily the most picked bot laners, you know, after Varus, and I guess if they're trying to set up for the matchup, that's fine. We know Ezreal's stock has been rising, and the Caitlyn was early picked by Immortals before. FlyQuest banning the server that they played prior, and they're actually going to blind pick Orianna to wait on their bot lane pick. What are the odds they're playing Graves bot?
Oh, God.
Like,
I don't know. I don't know.
Because mid lane is very counterpickable. Like, almost every team in the world is like, yeah, just grab a Jhin, and we'll just move on. Like,
yeah, it could be.
They have to have something planned. They have to, otherwise why would you blind Orianna?
Yeah, it could
Unless
be.
they really think it's that important.
That's true. I mean, this is the lane that got destroyed last game, so you kind of want to see what they're playing, maybe play Ziggs into it. And we'll see, because Altec, he took a beating last game in terms of CS just right off the bat. Wasn't really, like, if you just take all things considered in that previous game and you just don't have that first blood go over the double kill mid, Altec still loses lane hard, and they slowly lose that turret.
Yeah. Well, Jace, Ashe being the pickup here, so there is magic damage on Immortals thanks to the earlier pick onto the Rumble. And with FlyQuest banning away several bot lane marksmen, they still leave that high priority Jace available, and it's just going to be the Jhin of the bot side anyway, so interesting there. Still, I think, strange as far as the pick order is concerned, but pretty standard composition coming through at the very end of it all anyway. Immortals with a good mix of damage types. FlyQuest the same. No tank on the Immortals side can make team fighting harder, but they do have plenty of damage output for these members. Very deadly.
Yeah, we're seeing a lot about how a Karma and a Lulu kind of make somebody a little bit more tanky, but it's still not enough to match these mega tanks that are just building full armor and magic resistance.
You don't become Nautilus.
Exactly, but there are things that can really put a stopper on certain abilities. Like, I think the Karma Mantra E is actually just something that destroys Rumble Ultimate, where it almost does 0 damage at that point, because it's on for such a short amount of time, but it gives the people enough movement speed to move off of it, etc. So they have both Karma and Rumble on their own team, so it's not something they have to worry about this game in particular, but it's just combos like that where Karma can really make something completely negated as an ability.
Absolutely so. The coaches shake hands for what could be the last time of the split. You never know for sure. These teams still have some mobility available, and they might end up meeting in the playoffs. Immortals, again, still hold on to 6th place for now, and up 1-0 in the series. They have a good chance of, you know, controlling their destiny and making sure they do make it into that postseason. Immortals famous for disappointing in the semifinals, but the question was whether or not they could even get there this time around, and hoping they can win against FlyQuest. That will help quite a bit.
Yeah, you go from disappointment, from losing in the semifinals, to, oh, if you make semifinals, it's probably actually really good. You're like, oh man, pleasant surprise. So now Immortals fans have to consider maybe they were looking a gift horse in the mouth previously.
See what they can do here in this one. The game is tied as Game 2 has just begun. Immortals absolutely slaughtered the first one. Flame and Pobelter on Shen and Katarina cracked the game apart, and they together smashed FlyQuest over their collective knees. This time around, FlyQuest hoping for a much better showing, and they definitely have the chance to. Moon had a slight early lead over Dardoch in Game 1.
I do think that Immortals, the way that they're taking down FlyQuest is they're trying to pick apart Moon as soon as they get an advantage. So even when they're playing early game like this, they think they have a slight advantage if they're the ones invading and with the composition they have. So they start looking at, hey, let's just go in, let's start bullying Moon. And it worked last game. They started taking his blue buffs away. They started invading him when he's at Romp. So Dardoch is the type of player, and now it seems like Immortals are starting to be on the same page as him, that would invade and make sure that the jungler is even further behind Dardoch. So he can make all these plays that are so crazy, but the variance on them goes down if the other jungler shows up.
We'll see what happens. Friends fighting, and Dardoch gonna face FlyQuest. He's waiting as late as he can for the camp to spawn.
He sees him.
And Moon says, hello, how about some buckshot? And Dardoch goes, ow! And now Ole and Cody Center here, forcing the flash out of Moon. The re-engage looking pretty nice, and
Jace has inside track slightly.
Dardoch's real low, and Big Raptor might tether. He's not gonna reset, actually, it's close enough, so.
Yep.
Dardoch's gonna be fine, actually gets the full camp, gets level 2, and really loses nothing of incredible value, to be honest.
Only thing that happens is, he uses potions a little bit earlier, it has to use the smite, but that's gonna put Moon quite far behind because he doesn't have flash now, he also doesn't get a leash, and so he's gonna be a bit behind, but it doesn't matter in terms of HP, Graves is very healthy when it comes to the clear.
Yeah, but he's a full camp behind. Dardoch is done with red by the time Moon's done with blue.
Yeah, this gets scary because if your Graves running around no flash against this Rengar, he could invade you. He could show up at your blue buff. And so I expect Moon to take a little bit of a safer route.
Well, they also know they chunked Dardoch, and a fight in the bot lane is going to be the root lander from Altec, but he's reloading. He took like 4 auto attacks while reloading. He's going to die to Ole, and Lemonation's next up in the chopping block, shields himself. The flash follow, a double kill for the bot lane of Immortals. Bet you wish Mordecai's were here.
Immortals, we talked about their bottom lane. Cody, Sun, and Ole had been looking better and better throughout the weeks, even when they lost. It was like, man, Cody, Sun, Ole, definitely not the reason they lost. They're the reason they were in the game still for their last few performances. They started smashing the bottom lane last game, and this, again, it's a level 2 power spike for Altec. He's playing it right, but Lemonation has to back up.
And Altec walks into melee range, reloading.
Walks up, isn't actually auto-spacing, despite all dank memes, and Lemonation,
is donezo.
He's gone, and Moon to the top side.
Fight for the top side. Moon's going to queue across the minion wave, still getting the slows and a flame, who still has flash.
Balls have hook.
Okay, good flash that was required. Out they go, Pobelter looking for a bit. Trades with High, who has lost exhaust. Pobelter lost his exhaust as well.
Gotta be careful for another shock blast after an acceleration gate. And Dardoch also running to the top side, so Moon, if he gets, he's gonna walk.
He's dead.
Oh.
Nope, not dead. He flashes, he's dead! It was right after all. Dardoch hooked into the turret though. Beautiful by Balls, turns it around, but High is gone. Nice roam by Ole, making the big play.
As soon as they knew that Moon was topside, it's like he has no help mid. There's nothing that they can actually do about this. Ole roams with the priority that he had, and then actually just comes up, boom, right there in the mid lane. And Pobelter with the shock blast acceleration gate as well after High, and both of them had to blow their flash.
Okay, well, 4-1 start. Immortals are blasting this game apart just like the previous one. Cody's Sun completely fine down here, and looks an awful lot like game 1.
Oh, man. So you're talking about the argument about practicing early game. Immortals definitely have some good early game players here. Moon, yeah, you don't expect this to actually work or for him to go for that ballsy play, but that is insane. Nice Mantra Q, actually gets the slow there, forces the flash, and then Pobelter gets an easy pickings there. But it doesn't go over. It goes over to the Fed support.
And I feel like FlyQuest have turned into a pumpkin at this point. The Cinderella story, the team that everyone power ranked in the bottom 3. Suddenly, after 3 weeks, they're like, ooh, they're like a number 1 or 2 team. Wow, are they gonna... It's Cloud9 White, they're smashing. How good are they? It's like, well, now they're kind of playing back like the power rankings were considered. I mean, the bot lane fight by Altec Elimination was actually terrible. Like, you can give credit to Cody Sun and Ole for playing it right, but they played that miserably as FlyQuest. The Raptor invade backfired as well, and then it's just High gets blasted in the mid lane by Ole roaming as well, and it's like, hey, it's good plays by Immortals, but it's also catastrophes by FlyQuest.
Everybody on the team has died except for Balls, and this is kind of like what happened last game, where every single lane starts losing, 1-3-1 comes online for the enemy team, and then Balls is like, how do I save this game? He didn't get kills or anything. Look at this, trying to turn it.
Now looking for a little bit of something. Pobelter easily walking away. Stormraider Surge at work. Lands the trade and hops back out. No chance of getting caught out by the Graves. And Immortals can keep riding this victory for a little bit more. You can see Balls chunked out under his turret, has very little HP, has no teleport.
And Flame's gonna hit 6, so this is, with the flash still up for Balls, he's gonna have to dodge it. Flame will probably put the equalizer on the back side of the turret and try to go for a kill.
Next wave he's 6.
We'll see.
And I want to know if Flame can get Dardoch to come to this lane in time and look for that. Balls will be at about 700 HP. It's not, he's not in death range right now, but a 2-on-1 still a 2-on-1.
Yeah, if he can get the shield out of Balls.
Yeah, but right now, of course, there's no Rengar in sight, and he's going to be able to last it this pretty easily in the turret. This is actually pretty well played by Balls, by the way. Anyone watching on YouTube or anywhere in the VOD, if you play top lane and you're in a bad matchup, watch how Balls played that, because he did a really good job of last hitting in a bad matchup under turret with low HP.
That's
now
not...
Dardoch is heading... Yeah, right? It's not the easiest to do it on, but...
he hits all of them for so much. Yeah, it's just those that extra damage from his Riptide.
Yeah.
He's gonna miss that one now. So yeah, it's not easy.
It's not always, yeah.
And Dardoch's
gotta kind of pre-plan it.
Dardoch's gonna look for wards and wrap top. Pobelter might come with, so they're going to spot this. Balls should back off of the turret completely and give it up.
You know, when FlyQuest was in Champ Select, they said, Balls, what do you want this game? And he said, not a loss. Unfortunately, they misheard him, and they picked him a champion. He was hoping they would start winning. He's 1-0. The rest of his team, unfortunately, not holding up their end of the bargain. FlyQuest high, now running away. Gets shock blasted. Pobelter's fast.
Yep. Graves is doing the red buff right now, and it looks like Elimination has inside track to mid.
Wave to 2. Moon is there. Lots of damage. Nicely played. Exhaust blocks some of it. And now the rest of the trade is on. Pobelter running out of HP. They're trying to get the damage. Actually, I think Altec landed start of the Deadly Flourish. But now, of course, Dragon is angry, and he's forced to run away.
Ole?
At the Dovahkiin and Altec.
Ole?
Big damage out of Ole. Forced to kite back, but the health bars are almost gone. Looking for the root, looking for the volley. The chase is in. 2 kills picked up for the bot lane once again. Immortals constantly finding the advantages in the early game.
These skirmishes are just going their way, and they're playing them just better. That looked like Elimination was going to be there first. It looked like he was actually going to be able to contribute to the fight before Ole does, and then nothing happens. It's the actual just QR from Ole that zones, and then they get back, and then it's everybody's there. All techs now arrive. Cody Sun is now there to actually throw a heal down. So it ends up being really bad for him in League this Moon, trying to jungle, and now they're just strangling him out. They're just trying to make sure he can't play League of Legends.
Down 2 levels, can't fight his own jungle. Man, this game is so rough for FlyQuest. 3,500 gold at 8.5 minutes. This early game has blasted them apart. Shout out to Ole, the kill leader of the game.
Yeah, he's making it work too. Went for the Frostfang.
Oh, no! Why do people flash in the same line? The 4th kill for Ole! And he gets away from the trap, he's good.
Ole!
Half of all kills are on Immortal support.
More than half.
No, of all kills, we're counting FlyQuest.
All kills. Excellent.
Yeah.
This is how it should be. Supports, go do your thing. Go out there. Bloodthirsty. Look at this. This roam, like Elimination, Moon, High, are all there first. It looks like it's going to be great. Exhaust comes out. Dardoch. Then they can't kill Pobelter. They overreach here. Good juke. Then Cody Sun with the heal to get Pobelter out. Doesn't die. Then the RQ from Ole over the wall. Slows everybody. Hits all 3. Leaves them in a little bit of a pack there. And now he's just decimating them.
The volley tags high.
And gets 2
there.
kills. 2 kills off of that. When they had superior numbers advantage for FlyQuest at the start, weren't able to, like, if they didn't follow Pobelter, if they all just decided Dardoch's the one we're going to kill, then that's a different fight. They don't have to chase the Jace that far.
Okay, well, Anchor comes in from Balls. Actually gets some decent damage, to be honest. As long as they don't minion wave around, he can get some hits off onto Flame. The problem is Balls is the only member doing anything on this team aside from giving kills over to Immortals. FlyQuest are losing control rapidly. Dart off. Easy blue hand off. Showing CLG how it's done, and Pobelter not as high impact as the previous game, but hey, still winning lane, still doing a good job. Immortals right now firing on all cylinders.
And this is exactly when you need them to.
Oh yeah, absolutely. This is a big win. Yeah. Both just for standings and just the mental capacity of saying, hey, you know what? We can beat playoff teams, right? You're gearing up for the postseason. Just showing, like, making playoffs is almost not good enough. You need to show that you're worthy of playing in playoffs. Right now, FlyQuest don't look like an Immortals do.
It's so hard to think about, too, because Immortals, hold on, I'll take no flash.
He's pretty done, though. Good damage output. Okay, he's not actually dead. He's tanky enough, and there wasn't any damage left. But that is still really rough for FlyQuest.
Like, how much gold is Ole ahead? He's 1,700 gold ahead. Ole has so much gold right now. And he's actually another carry in that bottom lane in terms of the damage he's dealing.
Puts he in for balls to buy time. Not going to get jumped in again. Nice equalizer, but gets flashed away. No matter how you aim that, he's going to flash that.
Yeah, he gets 1v2 top, blows his flash, and almost kills both members as they're taking turret. Like, why is nobody helping Balls?
Because they don't have any control. They can't do anything. I mean, Moon's got wards in his jungle half the time, and he's got to try to, like, resuscitate his dying lanes constantly.
Yeah. But this is the easiest lane to gank for Graves with the gank assistance that's available to him.
True.
It just seems like a lane that should be set up, and I feel like...
And they even burn the flash.
Exactly, and this is what happened when the first time that Moon played Shaco. I believe they had a Nautilus or Maokai top lane, and they had something that's just so easy to gank for. It's like, why aren't you ganking for it? You know, these are just free kills waiting up there, and I feel like they don't have... they don't feel like they want to gank for Balls. They don't want to gank for the top laner. It just seems like they keep trying mid. I think it's the synergy between Moon and High, but that may be hurting them right now because you need a diverse playstyle. You need to be able to mesh with whatever happens and, you know, kind of go with the flow of the game in the pick van phase.
Yeah. Well, there was one, I suppose. He did come up there one time, and
right,
they got a kill. Right, they got a kill. The one kill was actually they did come to the top lane, and Moon helped him out with that one. But
and then
right.
he got killed.
Okay, well, lane get coming through for Graves.
Yeah.
This time around, no ulti for balls though makes this a bit unlikely. Flame has flash. Like, I don't see how you get this kill.
Yeah, it's a little bit late here. He's gonna actually walk through an unsafe way. He'll do some damage here. Flame's gonna be like, he's playing like there's somebody here. Or
I guess he's baiting him.
yeah, Flame too aggressive.
All right, gonna have to burn his flash to get away. So that was a pretty good setup, to be honest. I'll give you that one. Well played, FlyQuest.
Infernal though, we'll go over because of that. And now you push top lane, you use the Graves to try and get some damage on that turret. Return turrets. And that's what FlyQuest can hope for at this point in the game. Just at least a return of objectives.
But that's something. And honestly, especially with losing teams, I would love to take an outer turret for any Drake. Aside from Elder, I suppose. But it's the best you can do is try to get the gold back to close. Try to catch up in items, because items snowball real hard. And
yeah.
They're going to hope for more in the future.
But they're not going to get it just yet. And it'll be a repeat gank from Moon to the top side with Flame having no flash. And Flame, actually a little bit too far forward here. Balls will have his ultimate soon. So if he clears this out, maybe a gank on the top lane soon. Because the bottom lane is just being completely taken over right now. So it will actually be a... If everything fast forwards, it's going to be another turret going down for Immortals. And FlyQuest actually have nothing off of that.
That damage is not really meaningful here. Hobo's actually going to go back in on a high, burns the exhaust. But he's going to survive. High has no mana. And the thing is, Moon spent a minute and a half burning a flash and losing his top jungle. Sorry, losing his bot jungle. Okay, that was nice by High. In the 1v1, he gets to burn Hobo's flash away. A trade of flashes, though. He flashed to get in on that one. And there we go. Gromp is gone. Blue buff's gone. Altec's gone. There's the flash. Gets away with it.
Flashes the arrow as well, so that's two ultimates to try and get Altec, who actually blew his heal simultaneously. He's just that afraid and that much trying to dodge it. So hold on, top lane. Moon still in this bush, still waiting for balls to get ganked.
Well, they're trying to find that opening. That's the thing is... I mean, at least, you know, they're hearing us. They're like, you know, our only opening is top lane, and it's just not going to happen right here. Flame, okay, he's going to go ult, and maybe they do get it. Nice equalizer, buys some time. Smoke screen's there. They know he has no flash. The damage is going to come through. So, okay, FlyQuest showing that little sign of life, but the problem is they are still losing so much otherwise.
Yeah, they lost an Infernal Drake and a turret for that top kill. That's all that went down during that time. The mid lane did actually trade flashes, so could be a place that Moon goes to gank, but I feel like you pick on the Rumble for now. Don't play to losing lanes, because every other lane is losing now.
It's not going to work. You're not going to get those kills.
It's so hard. In a jungler in this position, it's difficult, because when you're also going topside to gank, you're losing control of your bottom side jungle. You're losing control of all that vision. You get a gank there becomes less likely.
First curtain call of the game. Looking for a lot of shots into Cody's Sun. Down to half HP.
Yeah, there's no shockwave at
it's
High
on cooldown. They're hoping maybe they can burn a flash, maybe they can land a distortion slow, but High couldn't quite get that there, and well, they tried, and Cody's gonna just regen back up with his Warlord's Bloodlust.
Yep, and now Pobelter with the small advantage that he has, granted it's less than the other members of his team, he's gonna start split pushing. They're gonna try the 1-3-1 again, and this looks like Immortals really favoring 1-3-1s in terms of composition and how they get these turrets down.
Yeah. Well, they can probably ride this one out. In the mid lane they go, decent damage. Altec chunked a little bit. Oh, nice shot by Pobelter. Does he go for the play? Does not have flash. Arrow tanked by elimination. Good bot of the support. Balls can't find anything to do. There he gets the flash route.
Turret aggro.
Yeah, turret aggro is a real big deal. He's not going to die to that shot. They need
Moon
one more to hit him. The Deadly Flourish is not that.
Moon has ulti in 1 second here.
He's not in range anymore. A few seconds, change that one around. High chunk dangerously low. Shockwave does not a whole lot. Kill comes through to Dardoch, fighting Moon now once again. Q gets across, gets away with it. Nice trade kill, nicely done by Moon.
Here comes Flame.
Equalizer. Gotta equalize the kills. Pobelter knocks him down. Look at that one, 2-1. Immortals feeling good on that.
Yeah, Immortals running a tankless composition, but it's working out for them. They're actually getting the poke damage down. They got the early advantage, and now they're getting these turrets down before Balls becomes a big threat, gets to group with the team. And they've been taking over this game, like you said, last game. It's pretty much a lot of the same. 8,000 gold lead.
Yep.
As we're approaching 16.5 minutes.
This is brutal, once again. It is a super brutal early game. Good plays by Immortals and missteps by FlyQuest.
And I like this. The 1-3-1s that are coming through from Immortals aren't just being played cleverly, they're being played well. And so they're doing things like this where you come in from the side and you collapse both your top laner and whoever's split pushing on the other side, which is usually your mid laner, onto the middle, so there's really no safe place at that tier 1 turret for the enemy team. And Moon, he has his ultimate back up there, but he decides not to chase. Feels like it's not going to be enough. And then saves it there. Hold on. Hold out there. Whee!
Fly, goodbye. Mid laner goes down, solo kill Pobelter.
Storm Raider's working out. Storm Raider Surge doesn't always really do as much as you want on Jace, but when you get ahead and you're ahead of the curve, because it activates based on percent HP you do to somebody.
Sure.
So if they get tankier, not going to come in, etc. So you have to stay ahead of the curve, and then he gets in this huge movement speed burst that we see.
Yep. Dardock taking away the big Krugs, takes away some balls as well, jumps right back in off Redemption, and he wants to find someone to jump on to.
Buying time for the bottom lane, because it's just Jace going through high.
Taking more of the base.
Dead.
All right, decent enough coordination. Immortals not letting go of this game, and one thing I'm pleased to see is that they're playing it much more quickly. Right, game 1 was this much of a lead, and it took them 35 minutes to close it out. This time, bottom hip turrets at half HP in half that time.
Maybe could have gone for a little bit more, but decided not to. And instead, Infernal Drake is coming up in 45 seconds, so it's time to reset. Spend the gold that you have, and start looking at that Drake as your next objective here. So it would be 2 for Immortals, which they've been getting lucky with these Drakes.
Yep. Flame,
good break. Good one.
1,600 gold on Flame right now. He needs to reset as well. As you're mentioning, Infernal Drake spawning in 30 seconds, and would like to see him buy. Yeah, I mean, you looked at the gold for all the players, and it's bonkers. It's an 11,000 gold lead. Like, you're not supposed to lose games like this.
The one that like made me jump a little bit is the supports. Olay is 3,000 gold up on Elimination, who has 3,700 total.
No, Olay has more money than anyone on FlyQuest. Yeah, like
he's rich
by 700.
What do I buy?
Redemption.
Nah.
And an Ardent Sensor.
Nah.
Lich Bane and a Death Cap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's how you do it, man. But not this game for Olay. He's being a team player.
Unlucky.
Well, he's being a team player with his. That's the thing. He wasn't a team player with the kills, took them all, but he's a team player with his build. I'm like, if you're not gonna go halfway, man, don't half-ass it.
I mean, hey, he has more kills than anyone has assists on his team. All right, he earned them by himself.
I mean, highest KP as well, right?
Yeah. Olay's smashing kids.
He started to get off the ground. He did build his Eye of the Watcher very quickly, so he was a huge threat in the bottom lane. And then he started roaming and actually spreading that threat all around.
His roams were great. Absolutely agree. Olay's played very, very well this game. Analyst desk take notes. Olay's playing awesomely. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. And Immortals just double Infernal Drake. I mean, it's so good for snowballing, just to cement the fact that you will out-team fight your opponents. And they've got plenty of damage dealers here, right? It's 4 carriers, and heck, Olay almost counts as 5. He's getting some ability power himself. Curtain Call trying to turn it around, and Flame didn't lose HP. That was his scrap shield, and just simply the Seeker's Arm Guard meant nothing happened there from this. And sadly for FlyQuest, they are far behind the curve.
Yeah, just a little tickle there, and FlyQuest are going to try to get control of the Baron. And this is what I was talking about with their risky shot calling will sometimes result in desperate Baron calls. I would actually say Fly are in a better position to do the Baron if the game was even because of tankless composition for Immortals. So I don't even know if Immortals really want to do it with the gold advantage. They're fine split pushing. Jace will now move to the top side. Pobelter will pick up a large lead for himself. That he's just been growing slowly but surely. And Orianna can't 1v1 him. And then you throw Flame to the bottom side, and he'll just slowly deal damage with the Leandries to balls. So these lanes are kind of an inevitability to get pushed in.
Yep, the 1-3-1 continues to a certain extent. Dardock going to reset and get his items in, adding some lethality to the build. Assassin Rengar's back. Plenty of targets to kill, of course, 4 squishies.
Yep, wanted the Sterix for at least some tankiness. Bought the Jarm's Fist early, and then serrated Dirk, and finished the Sterix gauge. Where's Moon? Going for Black Cleaver second item. It's quite good on Graves. You get multiple applications off of each shot. So about 2 shots will actually get you 6 stacks.
Yeah, true that.
But nobody really stacking armor.
Yeah, and the nice thing is just that % armor shred is still helpful for your lethality uses elsewhere.
Yeah, it's like cooldown reduction and health, so
I think especially in this game,
it's a great all-around item.
It is a great all-around item. And I mean, the problem is just not a lot that FlyQuest can do here. They're going to hope and pray that Immortals take way too long to close the game out, that they can somehow get 3 more items in their inventories. But in the meantime, there is no team fight that FlyQuest can win without somehow massively outmaneuvering Immortals. Like, even if you get a good shockwave, there's actually MR on some of these guys, and there's a Karma to shield them off. Even individual picks are almost impossible here.
Yeah, it has to be some type of outperformance both in macro and in micro here, because now Immortals get control of mid, get control of top, tanky enough.
Oh, looking for ward here. Strata gonna break away from the stun. Here comes the engage. Not gonna be much for the deadly flourish, but look at the equalizer coming across. This could be several kills quickly. Strata gonna flash out, but re-engage on a high. Nearly gets that one. Balls finally gives away his first death of the game. Shockwave comes out too late, only hits 2, and it means nothing.
Yeah, they can just throw all their abilities down in choke points, have so much control, and that's gonna be the flashes from Moon and High down, as well as elimination, and the death of Balls is actually gonna prompt a Baron.
So today I learned actually, Dardoch is maxing W second. I didn't know that was a thing. I thought everyone maxed Bola on Rengar, but he's actually doing the Savage Roar or whatever it's actually called.
Yep, that's Battle Roar.
Battle Roar, thank you. I didn't realize you maxed the Meowing second over the Dardoch special. I think like the cooldown of damage goes differently, but either way, Dardoch, of course, yeah, Empower W cools down immediately, breaks off the stun, and Equalizer, yeah, some of them can dodge it, but again, the stat difference is so high, just like this Shockwave hits 2 squishies and it doesn't matter.
Yeah, they don't have the damage output. It hits Flame and Pobelter, and it takes Flame to about half, but the Pobelter barely scratches. Now they have to lay a trap, so High Moon can try to go for something here on Flame.
All right.
Go now.
Towards it, still gets slowed by this Dissonance.
Look at that, there's the return damage.
They should have it though, nicely done. FlyQuest do find at least a kill.
But Dardoch is here, Dardoch has enough damage, he has the ultimate. If he pops it, there you go.
All right.
High has Shockwave.
Low. Can it make a sick play? Shockwave finds a little bit. Sterix pops and goodbye, Moon. Good night. Double kill quickly. Dardoch, of course, a lot of the heavy lifting was done by Flame, and he gets the assist for it. But in the meantime, the rest of the team is pushing the top side of the map, 3 versus 3. And that's going to be almost all of Alta itself.
It's disgusting.
Okay.
Yeah, this is why Jace is one of the best mid laners right now. Really like hard to find a matchup that he struggles in. And then, oh, Altec! Shock blast!
The E's on cooldown.
He tried to kill him, but
he almost got his 7th kill of the game. Elimination gonna fall. Pobelter gets his 3rd, and the chase is on for Balls, flashing away from To the Skies. Oh man, this game is just, it's been over for a while, but it's closing out now.
Yeah.
And much faster than last time.
We say it's not over till it's over, but this one has been a bit over for a while. Dardoch now was shoved out the bottom lane, got that turret to about half. Now they're resetting because High and Moon are both back up. And it looks like it will be a full reset here for the Cloud Drake, about 40 seconds until that.
Yeah, sure. Add one more notch to the belt, and then I don't think you even bother waiting for much else at this point. One inhibitor already gone, bot inhibitor turret very low as well, and Immortals, again, I gotta give them praise off of some really good early game plays. And they're gonna close out almost definitely this series 2-0 against a team above them in the standings.
Yeah, and that'll actually mean FlyQuest is starting to slip very hard. If it's another 2-0, that means FlyQuest 2-0'd by Cloud9, Phoenix One, and now Immortals 3 matches in a row. Looking for an engage.
Dardoch's gonna find a bit. Actually one-shots High. Looks for a bit more. Moon danger more. Low. Can't quick get the kill. Now he will. And Moon's gonna feel doubly bad. A triple kill for the Rengar. Dardoch avenging himself, vindicating from his previous week's performances, where they lost both their matches against the bottom teams in the LCS, but now it's Immortals riding high, finding themselves a much better performance, finding themselves a win and a 2-0 at that. It's going to be a 26-minute victory. FlyQuest cannot hold on anymore. Balls sadly will receive a loss here in this one. Did the best he could, but the rest of the lanes fell apart, and Immortals make it a clean 2-0.
It wasn't exciting, it wasn't flashy, but I will say it was clean, and you can get excited about that for Immortals.
Yeah, absolutely. Immortals improved 6-7. Same record as Counter Logic Gaming. 1 match behind FlyQuest. And they've even got more to play. They've got 5 still to go. They're ahead of Echo Fox. Again, tied with CLG. Half match behind FlyQuest. They're keeping their 1-match lead over Team Dignitas. And Immortals, 5 to go, and keep going on.
When they're above Echo Fox, they're 2 above Echo Fox because of tiebreaker.
Yeah.
So the fact that they have that head-to-head really helps them out, and it puts pressure on Echo Fox to try and stay in playoffs. And Immortals, a lot of people were saying that they might slip after losing to Envy and TL. Hell, I was even thinking it because it looked like some of the worst that they had played.
Looked like a train wreck.
And now it's the complete opposite. Quick games, we're talking about 30 minutes, that one itself 25. And everybody really showing up in that game.
Yeah, everyone really did. Ole out-damaged 3 of the 5 members of FlyQuest. Still last in his team on the support, but a lot of damage coming out from Cobelter, Flame, and Dardoch, the three of them. A deathless game from Cobelter, deathless from the Immortals bottom lane as well. They definitely played pretty nicely, and it's just, hey, it's a win is a win, right? They smashed the early game. Like, it's weird calling them clean just because I think they had some overdives, and when you're ahead that much, like, you almost can't lose the mid game. So I don't think their mid-game shot calling got tested, and that's still been an issue for them. But when you have an early game this good, it doesn't matter. And if they can somehow keep doing that, then the sky's the limit.
Yeah, if your early game is so good, you don't have to play the late game.
Exactly.
So it's one of those things where if you're playing against a team that plays defense better, plays the first few minutes better, and less aggressive as compared to FlyQuest, which did try to force some things, and then the punish comes through and it gets turned around, it's much easier to play when you're ahead. But I will say that they closed it out rather quickly at 25 minutes and 42 seconds for themselves in the second game. First game was a little bit longer. They did have some of those slip-ups.
Yeah.
So it's just finding the different levers that they can pull and what they can do with their lead. If they have a lead, it's like, okay, when are we actually baiting Baron? Because they had some really good Baron baits in game one as opposed to doing it. And I think that's something that's really good to see from Immortals is we're so far ahead, we know how to actually leverage this and use it appropriately without overextending. Like you talked about overdives, they didn't overcommit to some things.
Yeah, and in this one it was a lot better. So a great 2-0 win for Immortals. But now for a first-hand account on that win, let's hand it over to Kobe and the Immortals.